Hey everybody, welcome back to Sunset Wildlife Connections YouTube vlog channel. My name is Margaret. This is Megan. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can see MJ in the back there. Hi Megan. You can see her sloughing off her coat. The last few weeks have been super difficult. We have had a lot of sadness happen here at not just the rescue, but in the animal rescue community as a whole. Between our Joffrey's cat enclosure getting vandalized and him escaping and finding him a week later deceased was obviously devastating. And if you guys again are just now, it's like your first video watching us, there is a bunch of videos. Hi, what are you doing? Good girl, your little speckled nose. You can go back and watch a bunch of those videos of his memorial, like everything that happened. It was a whole big thing. What are you looking for? There's nothing over there. But anyway, you guys can go back and find any of those videos if you want to watch what was going on there. And then of course, in, the last week or so, we have all been grieving the passing of Michaela Reyes, the woman who founded Save a Fox Rescue, and actually the woman who was responsible for saving Miss Megan here. She was one of the fur farm foxes that Michaela rescued. So I'm extremely grateful for her. She's covering up her pee. Animals will be animals, but I am super grateful for her and everything that she's done with Save a Fox, and we will continue to have foxes here at Sunset Wildlife Connection. I thought about getting a third, but we're actually going to be getting another animal instead. So I am going to kind of go over some of the updates with you guys and what we're going to be doing with some of the animals in this video. I had filmed a couple other videos. One was with deworming. It's really hard though because it was the day before Jack disappeared, our Joffrey's cat, and it's really hard to film, to edit because of that aspect. So I honestly don't know if I'm ever gonna push that video out just because it is so difficult to watch, and I really need to kind of continue to grieve it. And I did have another video that I have been filming with MJ. Last year he could not molt off his own coat and it caused some issues, and we're having some more issues with that this year. So I am going to be posting that. There is a clip of Jack in that video, but it is more fox focused. So I feel like I can kind of get through that video a little bit easier because it isn't, I don't know. There's just something about that one video that is just hard for me to watch. I will try and post that one. But in this video, I'm just going to give you guys kind of an update. So as I said, we have Jack, our Joffrey's cat, who did pass away. He was in the enclosure behind me. Now this is a pretty big enclosure. So there's this one. And then if you turn around, here's our shifts. And then this is where our foxes are right now. So, the plan is going to be with them and with this. What the foxes are in right now is a 16 by 16 enclosure. And then behind me is a 32 by 16. I have plans to shift the foxes to this side. So we're going to actually buy some stain, and we're going to be going through and staining some of the exposed wood that is on the outside and towards the inside of the enclosures. So we are going to be doing that over here, and then we're going to be taking a lot of this stuff down and shifting things around, putting in some more things, platforms, things like that for the foxes specifically. So the foxes are going to move to this bigger side. It'll give them some more room, some more space. I don't know if this greenery is going to stay because Jack didn't really mess with it too much, although I think that they will mess with it a lot more. And it'll be a little bit more dirt like what they are on now. Maybe it won't because there's more space. We're going to have to find out. But either way, it'll at least be enriching for now, right? Next week or so, I will show you guys that process of moving the foxes over. We also have that other fox video that I'm going to be trying to push out with the grooming. And then we'll kind of have to, that one might be more of an ongoing one since I'll have to just see how much film I have for that. So that might be kind of a more ongoing one that I'll post later in the summer. But for now, this updated video, then getting the foxes shifted over is going to be what we're going to do. And then we actually do have some plans already in place for the enclosure that the foxes are in now. Okay, so shifting over to this side, this is where the foxes again are now. We are going to be doing some adjustments to this side as well, and I will show you guys that process too. We're going to do the foxes first actually, and then I'll show you all of that stuff, and then afterwards we will show you that because we are going to be getting a new animal. And I did discuss this in a post. I thought that I posted it here on YouTube as well, but in case I didn't, I am planning to get more Joffrey's cats. However, I think that I need to wait. Part of it is that because of the incident that happened, because it was obviously devastating, it was an extreme grief, it was also a violation of me and my husband's privacy, because people trespassed onto our land. Technically, this is actually, I own the land. It is not the nonprofits. The nonprofit rents the land from me. So technically, somebody trespassed on our property and vandalized the enclosure, and it was a violation. It felt very dark and violating for that to happen. So it is a longer grieving process, I think, than what a normal animal would be, especially one here in animal rescue, because there is a lot of grief and animals pass away quite frequently, actually. Megan, I've been yelling at MJ, but it's you that's digging. Yes, so because of that, I'm not going to be getting another Joffrey's cat yet. I will get another Joffrey's cat in the future. It's just not going to be now because of the reason that I just said, because of the trauma of everything that happened. It's been harder for me to grieve it. Two, just because of the bond that I had with Jack. I raised him as a kitten, and so that bond is just not that it's stronger than other animals, but like the love that I had for this cat was so intense. And I am just a cat person in general. I love cats. So it's been devastating. I literally have to move on before I start crying about it. The last reason will also be because I don't think it's fair to the cat that we would rescue, right? I don't think, because I'm not ready yet, I wouldn't be able to bond with that cat in the way that that cat would deserve, because all I would see is my Jack. And I don't want to do that to another cat. I want to do it when I'm ready so that they can also be prepared for the best life possible too. So that's kind of where my thoughts are with getting a new Joffrey's cat. We will get another Joffrey's cat. I'm very passionate about the species, and I do want to get another one. It's just not going to be yet. But with that being said, we are getting another animal. It is not an animal that we have had on property yet. It is an animal that I have worked with. Not this particular species, but similar species to this one. I know I'm dancing around it, but definitely stay tuned, because this is going to be a new exhibit for a brand new animal. And I'll be giving out hints and things like that. My goal is to try to announce it by the 4th of July. So that's what we're doing with this particular exhibit. Now I want to talk about Spike's exhibit, which is our Porcupine. We have made some changes there as well, and I'm going to tell you guys why. All right, this is the latest with Spike's enclosure. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it. But I really want to show you guys something really funny first. Look at how funny. Look at it's a baby pumpkin. I'm curious to see how big it gets. There's another one in here. Oh, look at it. There's another one right there. I just think it's so funny. These ones that came from Spike earlier, last year, I swear. Here, look, there's another one. Oh my gosh, it cracks me up. There's that one too. I'm just letting it go, do its thing, whatever. Okay, so this is where Spike was going to get a new exhibit. However, we had Florida Fish and Wildlife come out and look at the exhibit, and unfortunately, we don't think that this is going to be code. And if we don't have it be code, we have to actually not go to Tallahassee, but talk to Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida. If you didn't know, we are near Pensacola, Florida. So we are about 4 hours from Tallahassee. But anyways, I would have to try to get it checked off with them. And Florida Fish and Wildlife, our rep was they're not going to pass this. So unfortunately, we kind of have to scrap this one. But we are going to take it down, and then we're actually going to move it over here to the goat yard. One will have another fence for goats, so we can separate mom, babies, anything like that we need to do. And then it does suck though, because we cemented these 2 poles over here already in. So that's so frustrating. So we either have to cut the poles down or like leave the poles for something. I don't know. I don't want to like cut them down and then I'm like, well, what if we want to need them? I don't know. It's kind of stressful, but it's okay. It is what it is. So I think what we're going to do for Spike, we'll go over and I'll show you guys him. I feel like the biggest issue with building a porcupine exhibit that was going to be perfectly to code, or at least good enough to pass Tallahassee's whatever codes, laws, whatever you want to say, it's going to cost like 3 times the amount that we were looking into. And, you know, as an animal rescue, right, we rescue animals, but there are times where we do purchase an animal. It is rare, but when we do purchase an animal, it's because we are, here, this is Spike. Hi, Spoo. So I'm about to clean him, so he's out and about. I will buy an animal if, for the reason of, because we run educational encounters, right? And we use the animals for education. So because of that, sometimes you need to buy an animal depending on what it is. And just an example, we have a Pac-Man frog. I did pay a rehome fee for him. It was a previous pet, and some people will ask for rehome fees. And this was a long time ago too. So sometimes, you know, I can have people waive it, but sometimes people either need their money back, you know, they're getting rid of the animal because of money reasons. So because of that, it's very hard to find people who will rehome those animals just by contacting us. And amphibians are really important, right? So I wanted to have an amphibian to be able to educate with. So that's just an example of why we would purchase an animal. So if we were to build a whole porcupine exhibit, you know, porcupines are not something that is necessarily rehomed very often, right? You know, we have him here now, but Spike is 19 years old and porcupines live to be 15 to 20 years old. And yes, of course he could live a couple more years, which would be amazing. He's in great health. He is loving these scratches right now. So he is doing really well and he's in great health. But if we were to put all those resources into building a new exhibit, I would have to purchase a porcupine, a porklet, which is what they would be called, which would be adorable, right? We would love to have a porklet. But because I would make this whole exhibit, and then what? When he passes away in a year or two, what am I going to do with that exhibit? So I'm putting all these resources into an elderly animal who we're not even sure is going to make it for many more years. You know what I mean? Hopefully that all makes sense of why we are actually scrapping the porcupine exhibit idea, and we are actually going to go ahead and move it. And then in that case too, we do have plans that we can rescue more animals. And it might not necessarily be something as big as a porcupine. It might be a smaller animal, but at the end of the day, we are still going to be rescuing another animal instead of purchasing one. So it is an animal that we kind of have been wanting to get into anyways. We have all of these plans, we have all of these ideas, and things change in the field. Things change for us in general. And, you know, we are a nonprofit organization, so we only have so many funds with all of these animals. Like, I only have so much that I can work with. And being able to actually process that and think about what is going to be best for not just the animals that I have in my care right now, but what is also going to be best for the future of this animal rescue and the future of this animal sanctuary. What is going to be the best form of action to be able to make this place the best possible and to continue our mission of rescuing exotic animals and educating with them. So, all that being said, oh my gosh, so embarrassing. Oh, we're gonna turn away from that happening. Well, hopefully that all makes sense with the animal rescue in general and like some of the plans and the updates that we plan to be doing with that. I have also been contacted about a bunch of other animals. They're smaller animals, smaller animal intakes, but they all deserve to have a voice. So I will of course be posting and sharing anytime we get a new rescue. I will be sharing all of that with you guys. So I'm trying to like work at the same time as talk to you guys. But anyways, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm like sweating to death. Just to finish out this video, I know it was a lot of me talking. I'm in my reptile room now, which is actually one of like the hottest places in the house, and it's so cool in here compared to outside. I am also gonna try and see with everything going on, sometime this summer, I'm definitely gonna do a heat video where I just kind of talk about what we do and how we maintenance an exotic animal rescue in the middle of heat waves. And in the summer, I want to be able to post about the foxes moving over and the new animals that we will be rescuing. So those will be my priority posts, but over sometime probably in July. It's gonna be hot for a few months, so I'll have plenty of time to film that video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much to the community for everything that you guys have done in the last, couple weeks for us. And I hope that everybody is taking care of themselves emotionally and mentally. I know that I have some very big highs and some very big lows, that it's a struggle. It's really hard. The last few weeks have been really, really hard for me. So I just want to tell everybody and remind everybody to please be safe, be careful, take care of yourself, drink water, all of the things that you probably hear all other creators talking about. Obviously, please be nice to each other. There is no reason for bullying. It's not going to make you feel any better. You should reach out to a therapist if you feel the need to bully somebody, either in person or online. There's so much online bullying going on now that please just take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We're all just trying to do our best in this crazy world that we're living in. So thank you guys again for watching this video. Please make sure that you subscribe and that you turn on your notifications so that you're notified whenever I post the fox update video, as well as the new animals. Again, 3 new animals at least are going to be coming to the sanctuary in the next couple weeks. So please be sure that you are watching for those videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Are you so sweet? Are you guys ready to be clean? Look at how gross you are. Okay, time to clean.